Hello, friends from the comic world. My name is Hector,
And my name is G.
and we're here to talk to you about the new collected editions in graphic novels coming out in September 2026. G and I work for Penguin Random House, and we manage sales into the direct market around the world. So the titles you will see in this presentation are from the publishers that we represent into that market. Also note that we are on social media. You can find us on obviously YouTube, but also on Facebook, Instagram, X, under PRH International Comics, at PRH International Comics, I should say. And if you haven't seen our videos before, the way we do these is we're going to show you the whole month of September, but we'll start with our personal picks, and then we'll continue with highlighting some titles we think you definitely should not miss during the month of September. And then we'll leave you with the rest of the list. You'll be able to, by the end of this video, to see everything that's coming out for the month of September. Note that sometimes you will see things repeating from a previous video because schedules change. Sometimes we have titles are pushed back, etc. But with that, let's get started. I think I start. Yes. First up is speaking of things that have been pushed back. This is Batman: Gargoyle of Gotham, the deluxe edition by Raphael Grampa, and um, this is one of our my favorite artists of the recent years, and also this is one of my favorite books of recent years, and I'm so glad that we now have a conclusion for it, and also that we will be getting a collected edition as of September of this year. And if you don't know the story, it's a very classic Batman detective type of British detective story. There's a serial killer on the loose, and at first the victim seems to be very random, but as Batman continues to investigate, he starts to realize they're not just connected between each other, but also connected to him. So there's this, like I said, it's a very cool story. It's very much a classic Batman detective story. It also introduces some new villains, and the art obviously is gorgeous for this. Rafael Grampa's art is so beautiful, and he definitely does not hold back. This is part of the Black Label, DC Black Label, so the format of this is a little bit bigger than traditional comics. It collects, all four issues from this miniseries. And what else can I say? It's just an amazing book that I think a lot of fans have been waiting for, and we're finally going to get in September.
All right, next up we have Fence. I have talked about this many times
Hmm.
before, and I'm really glad it's getting this beautiful treatment. If you don't know anything about it, very simply, it's a queer sports romance meet that meets a private school environment. So we have a fencer named Nicholas Cox who has big dreams of following in the footsteps of the father he's never known. He is accepted into the elite Kings Row private school and he enters into this cutthroat world of competition and facing down like rivals who are privileged, the grueling tryouts, and the unbeatable Seiji Katayama. Nicholas discovers that it will take more than determination to prove himself worthy of a place on this fencing team. So, if you wanted to experience a story with all the drama, romance, the tension, it's going to be collected for the first time in these. Basically, the three graphic novels are going to be it's three beautifully packaged graphic novels into one. It's gonna have these sprayed edges as well. I again a fan, so this is definitely on my radar and my pick for this month.
Excellent. And then we continue with another artist that I admire a lot, that I love, Francesco Francavilla. And this is an omnibus for the Black Beetle, his own creation. It's the first time that you will see collected the three stories that he has done for the Black Beetle that have been published. He's published them, I think, digital and in paper separately, but never like this. Um, and the three stories are, first of all, No Way Out, which is after witnessing an explosion that decimates the city's organized crime community, uh, killing dozens. The Black Beetle is on the hunt for answers and justice. And then also there's a story called Karabosek, the masked American hero ventures to the Middle East incognito as Tom Sawyer to fight Nazis in pursuit of mysterious object of terrible power. And then finally, Night Shift, the Black Beetle is on the case. Sorry, when a powerful totem of magic shows up in Cold City Natural History Museum, prompting Hitler to send his fearsome werewolf crops to collect the piece. So you see, first of all, Cold City is the fictional city where it takes place. It's sort of a mixture between New York and Gotham City. And the Black Beetle, it's very much combination, amalgamation of like, it has a little bit of Batman, a little bit of The Shadow, a little bit of all these sort of uh, 60s and 70s dailies, comic heroes. And it's a very cool story. Also, this omnibus, aside from the three stories collected, is going to have a treasure trove of never before seen bonus content, including concept art, layouts, character studies, vintage style lobby cards, and behind the scenes material straight from Francavilla's sketchbook. Plus, this cover is an all new painted cover by Francesco Francavilla himself, exclusively created exclusively for this volume. So, what more can you ask? It's a lot on one volume for just $29.99. Definitely, I'm gonna grab this one.
Next, super excited to mention this, The Long Live King, an original graphic novel for the Owl House. So it Hector and I, we are huge fans of the show. Really sad when it got canceled, but it did get an ending that I very much liked how it went. But obviously, we are burning for more content. So this is an all new adventure set in the world of Disney's Owl House. We have Luz, Ida, King, the gang returning in this original graphic novel. It's co-written by the series creator Dana Terrace. So this is set after the events of the series finale, and it dives deeper into the Boiling Isles than ever before. Because we were left. There is
Yeah,
still more story to this, so I'm trying to get as much content as I can, and I'm glad this is coming out. So, the premise of this graphic novel, we had the adorable king, and you can kind of you can see him on the cover there, little footprints
yeah,
stepping in. King has never fully considered what it means to be a Titan until now, burdened by the knowledge that he will outlive his beloved outhouse family. He's still determined to enjoy every moment he can with them, even if that means using one of the collector's devices to wipe away his sad memories. So when King accidentally loses memories, he must enlist the collector and Ida to help him recover Luz's memories and confront their deepest fears along the way. So this is packed with humor, action, stunning black and white illustrations, and this fresh. I know we are presenting this as a graphic novel, but it's very much like a manga inspired style in this graphic novel that welcomes readers back into the Owl House with an unforgettable adventure. So, like I said, super excited. Can't wait for this to come out. And yeah,
if you don't know, this is one of those that has a lot of diehard fans.
fans,
Like
yeah.
Gravity Falls, think K-pop Demon Hunters, think any of those animations where the fans are just
Dedicated.
dedicated and will
Mhm.
you'll consume anything that comes out. But and like G said, this is a long awaited graphic novel for all the fans.
Mhm.
Yes. All right. And we continue with Peaceful Remission. This is by Jonathan Job Nkondo. And I just realized that my three picks are like, they're great stories, but they're also from great illustrators. And in the case of Jonathan Job Nkondo, um, he, if you recognize a little bit of the art, maybe because you have seen some of his animation, and he's extremely well known for Scavengers Reign, which is, if you haven't seen it, it's on HBO Max, is one of the best animations series in the last few years. He also worked on animation for Gorillaz, the rock band. But he did a few years back two graphic novels. He did Peaceful Remissions, which is this one that we're talking about, and another one called The Wandering, or Wandering, sorry, which will also be available on October, the next month. They were both self-published, and then they were on, I think, well, sorry, they were published in French. Then they were on Kickstarted in English as a set, and this is the first time you're going to be able to see them in paper format in English separate. This one itself and Wonder also are stories that there isn't a lot of, I don't want to say there's no action, but there's not a lot of it. That's not what it's about. It's more about the environment and the people in the environment. There's also not a lot of dialogue. Um, and it follows in Peaceful Remission. You know, find yourself in um, this satellite station, sort of floating in space, and um, this elderly couple, and all of a sudden the woman is woken up by sort of a tremor, and she tries to wake up her husband and Jerry, and he's sort of like very, oh yeah, yeah, I'll go check what it is, and that sort of sets up what the whole book is about. It's about their life, being together for so many years and having to live in this environment in a sort of a space station, and other things very sci-fi happen, but it's more about that. And wondering it's sort of the same thing. And the story got received a lot of praise, but especially the art and the way he presents the panels and the way he moves around the world and shows you the world, especially, is very cool. So highly recommended. This is a very big, obviously, animator, but also now also creator of graphic novels from France. And yeah, everybody should check it out. I'm definitely gonna check it out.
All right, next up we have Murder School. We have Paul B. Rainey, who takes a look back at his middle school education and the indignities suffered, a mix of stalled friendships, pitched battles with martinets, exasperated pleading with intractable parents. These are playground games take on an outsized importance as Paul and his friends seek respite from a particularly abusive science teacher. Paul jockeys to hold his place in the complicated hierarchy of school bullying. So Rainey takes this classic school days tale, both wistful and hilarious, and manages to turn it on its head with a couple of his now famous twists. So find out the truth behind the murder school and its effects it had on Rainey well into the middle age. This is very much like a memoir of a British middle school bullying. We have this precocious comic nerds fight to make it through while trying to remain as invisible as possible in his school life. And so I find it particularly interesting. It's a very the school building right now is like a huge topic in the drama space that I've been watching. It has nothing to do with this. I've been watching Teach You a Lesson, the K drama. So everything is on my mind right now with school bullying. This is
Yeah,
another one. So very relevant, and yes, my pick for this month.
excellent. And now we're gonna, like I said, highlight some of the titles that are coming out in
Mhm.
September. And we're gonna start with Absolute Power Omnibus by Mark Waid. Then we have All New Spider Gwen, The Ghost Spider by Stephanie Phillips. And Archie, New Riverdale Compact Comics Edition by Mark Waid. We're getting these compact edition comics from Oni Press. Very exciting. And then Batgirl of Burnside, also on a DC, but this time on a DC Compact Comics Edition by Cameron Stewart. And from Distillery, we have The Blood Brothers Mother by Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Rizzo.
Mhm. This is cool. This is a graphic novel adaptation of John Kennedy Toole's Confederacy of Dunces. We have DC, Marvel, The Cosmic Kiss Keeper, and Other Stories, Grant Morrison. We have this really cool The EC Comics Treasury of Terror, Volume 1. Awesome cover. And then continuing on with the compact comics from DC, this is Fables, No More Happily Ever After, Bill Willingham. So I'm glad that we're getting like the trade paperbacks for these. And then we have Pina Varnell's Feeling Like an ADHD Alien, a graphic novel.
And continuing on, we have Film Nerds by Sophia Warren and A Ghost Arm Made of Angry Ghost by Oliver Mitz. Then we continue with Harbinger Classic Omnibus by Jim Shooter. And we have The Hunger and the Dusk, a deluxe edition by the amazing G. Willow Wilson. And continuing with Into the Unbeing Library Edition, written by Zach Thompson.
Jonah Hex, A Face Full of Violence, the 2026 edition. Jimmy Palmiotti, I can't talk today. Jimmy Palmiotti. There we go.
Yep.
Apologies. Lock and Key. This is the IDW classic collection, Crown and Shadows and the Keys to the Kingdom. Joe Hill. This is Marvel, DC, The Dead of Night, and Other Stories of Wells. And then we have the Marvel, Black, White, and Blood and Guts, Christopher Condon. And then we have Jeff Lemire's Minor Arcana, Book One Deluxe Edition.
Excellent. And we continue with that Minor Arcana Book 1 Deluxe Edition with a slipcase
Slipcase.
edition of Jeff Lemire, of course. And then
Mhm.
we have MPH Library Edition by Mark Millar. And from Mr. Valen presents a new book, The Terror Within, obviously stories by Mr. Valen. And the New Titans Omnibus, Volume 1, Marv Wolfman. And one of my favorites this year, No Place by Team Zilly
Yeah, I need to read
from
this.
Ignition. Oh,
Ignition. Yeah.
it's so good.
The art looks so beautiful on this
It
one,
is. It
so I
is
need to
very
pick this
beautiful.
up. All right, continuing on, we have this is another one I need to go back to read. This is Roots of
Hmm.
Madness, Stephanie Williams, also by Ignition. This is Spider-Man by Chip Zdarsky Omnibus, Adam Kubert cover. This is a new printing, and of course, there's the DM only cover by Chip. And then another, I should say, another cover. This is Paulo Segura. Segura. I'm really bad with last
Cicada.
names today. Sig-
That's a
there we
cute.
go.
Yeah.
Thank you
Hmm.
for helping me. And
No
then we have
problem.
Star Trek: The Last Starship, Volume One, by various creators here.
Awesome. And then we have Star Wars Galactic Tales of Terror Library Edition, Karan Scott. Then we have Street Sharks, the collected edition, Jawsome, Jawsome Justice, written by the amazing Stephanie Williams. Yeah, I can't wait for this one. Superman, The Man of Steel by John Byrne, Absolute Edition. Then we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles X Godzilla by Team Silly. And The Twilight Zone Stories from the Fifth Dimension by various writers and artists.
All right, Ultimate Endgame, Dennis Kemp. We have Denise Kemp. Whoops. Way of the X Omnibus, Giuseppe Camicoli cover. This is Simon Spurrier. That is the standard cover. That we have the Tony Daniel DM cover, DM only cover, I should say. And then Kelly Sue DeConnick's Wonder Woman Historia. You know this is going to be beautiful.
Hmm.
The Amazons is this the absolute edition that's coming out, and
Yeah,
that's it.
that's the it for the highlights. Don't go anywhere
Mhm.
because we're gonna exit, but we're gonna leave you with the rest of the list so you'll be able to see all the other collected editions and graphic novels that are coming out on September of this year. Thank you so much for watching this. Like I said before, you can watch us on YouTube, but also we're on Instagram, on Facebook, and X. And we have more videos, so check them out. And thank you so much. Take care. Bye.